Hello and welcome to this video on solving rational equations algebraically. This is the second video on this topic and this is the second example. If you missed the first video, go back and check it out on solving rational equations. So for this example, we're asked to solve the equation and to check our solution. So the first thing that we need to do right away is we need to identify excluded values. And this occurs, these values will produce a 0 in our denominator. Since I have 6 times x, if x is 0, then that will make my denominator 0, so 0 is an excluded value. Additionally, the same thing here, what we really have here is 9 over 2 times x times x. I just expanded this out. Instead of exponential form, I just expanded it out. And this will also help us with our LCD as well. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, and the next thing that we need to do is we need to identify the lowest common denominator, and we do this. We identify which factors are shared, so which ones appear more than once. Okay, so which ones are shared, and that would be an x. So I have one x that's taken up. Now here's a common question. What about that second x? Well, that is remaining. I have an extra one here, so I need to include this, and you'll see why here in a moment. I'll make sure this is apparent. And then I have a 2, and I have a 6, right? So if we're trying to identify our lowest common denominator, it's 2 times 6, which is 12, and then I have 2 x's. So 12x squared is our lowest common denominator. The next thing that we're going to go ahead and do is we are going to multiply each term by the LCD. So I'm going to take 9 times 2x squared and negative 5 times 6x, and I'm going to multiply this side by 12x. I'm going to multiply this side by 12x squared. Okay, and again, in the first video I talked about this. What should happen is that this should cancel, right? X squareds cancel, top and bottom. Here my 2 cancels, and this becomes a 6. So I have 6 times 9, so this gives me 54. Over here, x cancels here with one of these x's, so I'm just going to cross out my 2, becomes x to the first, and then this 6 cancels with this 12 to give me 2. So all I did was I just multiplied, I reduced, and again what should happen, you'll notice the denominators disappear. On this side, the only thing left standing is negative 5 times 2 times x. So this is negative 10x. Do not forget about this. This is common error. Even if this is what you have to do, if you have to cancel this whole thing and rewrite 2x to the first, then go ahead and do that. And I actually recommend that. A lot of times I've seen that happen. So don't forget that x. Okay, so I have 54 is equal to negative 10x. We have to go ahead and here we have to solve. So I'm going to divide this side by negative 10, divide this side by negative 10, and we get negative 5.4 is equal to x, which gives us x is equal to negative 5.4. Okay, So what we also have to do, we just need to go ahead and check our solution. Is this an excluded value? In our excluded values up here, we're 0. So the answer is no. That's our final solution here. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this example. Please like my video, subscribe, and check out the next ones on binomials.